Okay, these end of the year videos are probably going to be quite big because I actually have the time to write a script, so just be prepared for this being like probably over 20 minutes long. Another year has ended, meaning your YouTube page is about to be filled up with end of year rankings, including me. And if you want me also appearing in your feed, you can subscribe, it's for free, and you can always unsubscribe later. Anyways, the first of these end of year videos I'll be doing is ranking comebacks of this year. However, unlike last year, I'm not splitting it into only boy groups and girl groups as their own separate videos. I'm just doing ones where I include them all, well, my top 20. Usual disclaimer, these are just my opinions and no one else's. We all have different preferences and standards, so all our choices or favourites this year will be different, of course. If you find yourself getting angry at my opinions, that's your problem. Without further ado, let's get started with some honourable mentions. Jazzy, sensual, tons of fun, and a style that I really want to see Sunmi do more of.
Sweet.
Love seeing Cherry Bullet back, perfect pacing and such a sweet sound, great to listen to. The album is the main star of this comeback because the title track is probably my least favourite thing of the comeback. If the title track was better or they swapped it with something else, like one of the pre-releases, this would definitely be in my top 20, no doubt.
You're my celebrity.
Just missed out on the 20 spot. I have loved listening to this track since it came out earlier this year. It's so joyous and positive. I just love this song and the music video and IU in general. Now for the real ranking. I have fallen in love with this song. It's charismatic, it's bouncy, it makes sort of my greatest fears look fun. The chorus is amazingly catchy and they just nailed everything when it comes to a rookie group track for me. Cinema is my best friend who has stuck with me through all the year. I discovered this comeback when I was having a really bad day and my close friend recommended that I listen to it, and thank God I did because I found an amazing comeback. Cinema is such a fresh take on a brighter concept for boy groups. The whole film set and cinematic concepts makes the music video so interesting and fits well with the warmness and comforting sound of Cinema. The album is also a great listen, so I really recommend this to anyone.
My love is like water. 외로운 날들이야 모두 다 안녕. 내 마음속에 눈물들도 이제는 안녕.
Technically, this means that there's 21 entries, but we're just going to ignore that. I ranked Like Water and Hello together as simply I just couldn't pick which one I preferred. Like Water and the whole album is a beautiful way for Wendy to show off her elegant aura and vocals, whilst Hello was the best way to show off Joy's charisma and charm. Both comebacks filled me with so much enjoyment, and I'm glad that whilst waiting for the anticipated Red Velvet comeback, we got these. I'm a sucker for a good hype song, and 80s always master them perfectly when they do them. I remember listening to this comeback a lot when revising for my exams, and I'm the one always gave me the energy to keep going. Take Me Home and Celebrate were such good songs as well on the mini album. The whole comeback is everything I love about 80s, and when I look back on early comebacks this year, this is always the first one I think of. The universe bless me with the presence of Stacey, because oh god did I fall in love with this group this year. I didn't get into ASAP until a couple months after its release, but that doesn't take away from how much I enjoyed it. Stacey really has such a fresh and bold sound, which makes him stand out. I just love how fun it is. The styling is on point, the music video is perfect with the colours, tones and scenes. The more I listen to Stacey, the more my love grows for them.
I'm the mafia.
Not going to lie, at first I didn't know what to think. The high-pitched notes throughout the song felt a bit obnoxious at times, and I think other people thought that too, but it just grew on me so much, and I just really enjoy this release now. Is it their best comeback? For me, no. But it isn't bad at all either. It's a strong release that shows that ITZY aren't afraid to experiment with different sounds in their songs. The lyrics and structure at times can feel a little awkward for me, but the music video has got to be one of my favourites this year. The styling is pretty good as well. The mini album had good songs like Tennis and Shoots. Overall, I just really love this comeback for ITZY.
We about to paint the town. La ta 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 ta. Paint the town. La ta 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 ta.
I don't care what anyone says. Luna's latest releases are amazing and I have loved them all. The amount of times I've listened to this mini album and watched this music video has to be over 100 at this point. First of all, Olivia in this outfit, it's iconic. I understand the gripes people have with this song, such as the line distribution or it being another partly EDM track, and that's perfectly fine if you think that. For me, what I like outweighs the negatives so much, which is why I enjoyed this comeback. I really hope we do get a full album soon and everything with BBC is cleared up though.
You have stolen my heart, oh yeah. Never let it go, oh oh. No, never let it go, oh oh oh.
This has got to be one of the catchiest songs to come out this year. Electric is the word to describe the song. It just keeps giving and giving every time. Nayeon and Jihyo sing straight into my heart during the chorus, and Chaeyoung cannot stop flirting with the song and me during the pre-chorus, which is an offer I can't refuse. The lyrics are so silly and goofy, but they perfectly capture the feeling of naive love. This feels is what Twice is. Pop royalty.
I wanna dance, the music's got me going and nothing that can stop how we move.
To start this off, if you have a problem with BTS or any Korean artist singing in English, that is a problem you need to solve and not on the artists. Permission to Dance is really a comeback that I needed this year. It is just a entertaining song that lifted my spirits and made me feel hopeful for the day where we could live with this virus normally. It's not supposed to be groundbreaking, it's not supposed to have poetic and deep lyrics, it's not supposed to have layered and experimental production that no one has ever heard before, and that's fine. Can't we just be allowed to enjoy music at the end of the day? Is it their best release? No, but I'm fine with that. The fact that they incorporated sign language though in their choreo is so heartwarming, and I know it wasn't just me who learnt something new. That is so much more important than what anyone else says about it. I just love the joy and lightheartedness with this release, and with it making so many people happy during these rubbish times, that is worth more than anything. The only gripe I have really is the music video. Not any parts of the boys, they were the best by the way. What I had a problem with is a personal thing when it comes to any music video. I just hate it when it comes to random people dancing or doing whatever in the music video. I understand why it's there and how it relates to the message, but I just don't like that creative decision in any form of media or music video. Again, this is just a personal thing I don't like. Like, you know, in music videos such as Happy by Pharrell Williams or Can't Stop the Feeling by Justin Timberlake, stuff like that, I just don't like. It's just a personal gripe. That's just a me thing only.
Everything I need is on the ground.
This was amazing for Rosé. On the Ground is ethereal and magical, whilst Gone is more down to earth and gritty. On the Ground is what I love in a pop/EDM song in a style of this. The Drop is everything I could have wanted as it sends me to a new plane of existence. With its honest and heartbreaking lyrics, it's such a good listening experience. Gone is painful. I can feel every emotion, every experience poured into this song, and from that only I understand everything she is saying. How the song is structured, along with the vocal structure as well, is so satisfying. The styling and music video all go together so well to add to the magical feeling, but also being simple enough to remind you that there is still a human being behind this. The only thing I wish was better was the choreo, and I wish this had more songs because the whole theme has so much potential.
I'm on the next level. 저 너머의 문을 열어 next level. 널 결국엔 내가 부셔.
This was a song that didn't catch my eye until a few months after its release, a bit like ASAP. First of all, the switch up works for me. What is great about it is that it doesn't feel that jarring. It's not a switch up where the two different parts of the song are completely different sounds and genres that don't go well together at all. It works because there's enough breath and pause for the transition to happen. Next level for the majority is a heavy electro-pop sound, which then transitions into an R&B influenced track, but it still has enough electro elements in both that it doesn't make it feel foreign from the original sound, which is why it works. Also, just Ning Ning with the red hair, she is the star of the show. Words can't explain how much I love this song. The former emo kid from 2016, that was me, was screaming with enjoyment when I heard this. I'm so glad that they went the full way because I know many groups would have just hold back. I just love this song. And sometimes that's just enough an explanation for me on why I like the song. The album is just as good, with highlights like Anti-Romantic, Magic and Dear Sputnik being amazing songs. TXT have never really missed with their albums and songs, and I'm so happy that this was released because I just enjoy good music. Epic. Legendary. I love Minnow. Those are the first things that come to mind when I think about Thunderous. It is a quintessential Stray Kids track, but I love how they are still evolving and breaking out of the box that people try to put them in. Stray Kids is a multifaceted group with so much diversity in their discography, and the noisy comeback just adds to that. Thunderous is a powerful force that is definitely Thor's anthem. The vocal performance is one of the best I've ever heard. Stray Kids are lucky to have diversity in their voices, and they use it perfectly in the song with the different sounds and theatrics. They breathe life into the song like no other artist can. The album is stocked with absolute gems: Silent Cry, Domino, Red Lights and Cheese, just to name a few. The variety of genres and sounds mixed into the album is so unique, and Stray Kids showed again why they are great artists.
Love ain't no science, don't need no license.
This is the most recent comeback on this list, so this one is the most likely to change as it hasn't been long enough for me to have a concrete opinion on it. But for now, it is at number 7 because I have such a big fondness for this song. I love how Twice's comebacks this year have strayed away from kind of like the electro pop EDM tracks dominating the K-pop industry for the past couple of years. This is also definitely in my top 3 favourite Twice stylings of all time. All the outfits this era have been impeccable and I want to steal them all. I love how the concept also focuses on Twice's maturity as well. Basically, Momo's part before the bridge is everything I ever wanted. Actually, everyone had a moment to shine this comeback. Every member owned this era and you can see how much they enjoyed just being artists. Scientist is a great release. Whilst not the greatest of all time, I still had so much fun with it. Stereotype is something I never knew I needed, but I am definitely hooked. The pacing and structure of the song is perfect. The whole song is just like fairy dust and sparkles personified, but it's really the message of the song that makes me appreciate it even more. How the love interest talked about in the song only likes you as he views you as a stereotype of what a perfect girl should be, and the anxieties of living up to his expectations. It's good commentary on unrealistic expectations, but from a different perspective, which is refreshing to hear. Also, Issa in the bridge, she instantly became my bias as soon as I heard that. The styling, whilst using a lot of patterns and styles which have been very popular this year, have enough nuance for each member that doesn't feel boring compared to anyone else this year. Stereotype is a perfect example of a comeback that a rookie group should be doing. Not being the most to stand out, but taking what is already good and enhancing it to niche concepts and a meaningful message.
Get me now, get me now.
I sense this could be a controversial take. I love Savage, even the so-called cringy parts. To put it simply, it's camp. I am a sucker for early 2000s futuristic concepts, and Savage hits that right on the mark. From the concept photos alone, I was hooked. Winter and Ning Ning's vocals have to be the standout of the song, especially in the pre-chorus and last chorus. And then the transition from the powerful vocals into
Get me now, get me now.
is just amazing. I can't help but love this song. The mini album was no disappointment either. There's a lot of albums on this list that I'm saving to talk about for another video. All in all, this comeback showed that aespa are monster rookies and are a force to be reckoned with. These next 4 comebacks are the top tier of this year. With ITZY, Loco, in my opinion, is their best comeback of all time. Not my favourite title track, Wannabe still has my heart, but certainly the whole comeback has to be my favourite. Loco is the perfect song ITZY needed. The pacing is immaculate, with it keeping the right energy throughout and not dropping the ball once. There was no stopping them at all for serving a phenomenal song. The outfits this era are some of my favourite of all time, standouts being Yeji's kitty girl look, Leah's yellow and chic looks, Ryujin's rainbow sweater fantasy, Chaerong's pink grunge look, and my personal favourite, Yuna's angel and leather getup. Yuna sold this era for me as well. I think at first I was a tad worried for the full album, as some of ITZY's B-sides could sometimes be a hit or miss, and I didn't know if they had enough experience to have a full album. Again, I'll save this album review for another video coming up. Overall, ITZY fucking killed it, and I'm so happy this comeback exists. I think my Taste of Love video that I released a couple months ago, go watch it, sums up best my thoughts for this comeback and the album. But to make it short, this is summer love in a nutshell. Alcohol Free being a bossa nova track is the most perfect genre for a summer song. I can imagine myself listening to this song whilst travelling in the Alola region. I have a massive attachment to this comeback, as well as it being one of my most listened to albums of the summer. I just love this whole comeback so much, and I've already said what I needed to say in the other videos.
'Cause we are queens and kings. 손을 더 높이 모일수록 아름답게 shining bling bling.
Not gonna lie, I cried when I found out that Red Velvet were finally coming back. I had missed them so much as a full group. Of course I would. They were my favourite girl group of all time. And Queendom did not disappoint me at all. I've been waiting for a witch or coven inspired concept, and Queendom flips it on its head, giving us a Kiki's Delivery Service kind of witches. This comeback had so much charisma and confidence. A big fuck you to all the people who thought Red Velvet were done after Psycho because of everything that happened. Queendom was so full of joy and celebration, and perfectly showed how Red Velvet will still be on top when it comes to any concept on any song. The styling was magnificent in both Queendom and Stages for Pose. The album, again, we'll get into another time, but was absolutely stellar as usual. Queendom just made me happy and gave me the charisma that I was missing from this year. I'm pausing to see if anyone was surprised, because believe me, I was not. As soon as it came out, I knew Butter would be at the top of my list. It is an amazing and well-produced pop/funk house song that even the instrumental is one of my most played songs this year. And no, it is not just from streaming. I go to my playlist and click on the instrumental to play because of how much I love this song. Butter is immaculate. It has the rookie charisma BTS started off with, the experimentation and the progression they had in their growing years, and the mature and solid experience they have now, being in their 8th year of a group. Butter is pop perfection for me. You can see throughout this era and every time BTS have performed, they have fun with it. I feel joy because I can see BTS enjoying their time as well, and that's why Butter is phenomenal. Not only is it one of my favourite choreos from them, not only is it some of my favourite styling from them as well, but this is hands down become one of my favourite title tracks by them. And by the way, when I mean favourite title tracks, there's like 11, 12 BTS comebacks or BTS title tracks I consider my favourite, so whether you take that as a massive thing or a little thing, that's up to you. No other song has brought me this much happiness and celebration, mainly because this comeback was really my reward, as this literally came out a day or two after I finished school. Like after I was done with all the exams, I didn't have to worry about school in a pandemic anymore. 2 days later and Butter was released. So for me, this was just kind of like a you made it song. So maybe that's just why it's 10 times more special to me. So on top of everything, it was my light at the end of the worst fucking tunnel I have ever been through. Fuck school, and especially fuck the pandemic. Right, that's the first video down. Next time, we'll be going through my favourite albums of the year.